Right, well, we must get on, said the tall one. Look us up on the internet. We have a home page and web address thanks to Brian here. The Lungsdale Fell Running Association. Brian looked proud.
Will do, said Camo. My name's Camo, by the way.
He held out his hand. Me.
How did you guess?
I'm Bartholomew Gray, and this, as you know, is Brian Coffey. My name's Justin, said JT, sticking out his hand. OK, Jam Butty Boy, said Bartholomew, shaking hands.
Before we get going again,
said Brian, taking his rucksack off.
Which coat do you think I will need, Bartholomew? What do you think the weather is going to do? Rain? Warm up? Stay cold? Before we get going again,
said Brian, taking his rucksack off.
Which coat do you think I will need, Bartholomew? What do you think the weather is going to do? Rain? Warm up? Stay cold?
Brian pulled 2 other coats out of his rucksack, so that with the one he had on, that made 3.
You have 3 coats?
Oh my God, can't do Camo after that.
You've got 3...
It's so hard to do Camo after doing Brian.
You have 3 coats?
Said Camo.
Why do you have 3 coats? You've got 3 coats? Said Camo. Why do you have 3 coats?
Well, I need them for all the different weathers you get up here,
said Brian.
That's not what you're supposed to do,
said Camo.
Carry 3 coats and change about. Have you never heard of your layers?
Layers? No, what's that?
Said Brian.
Layers? No, what's that?
I can't believe you've not heard of your layers. I can't believe you've not heard of your layers,
said Camo. We have heard of it, said Brian. We have heard of it, said Bartholomew, giving Brian the eye. Of course we have.
I haven't,
said Brian.
I haven't,
said Brian. I'm sure I mentioned it last week, said Bartholomew.
I don't remember,
said Brian.
I don't remember,
said Brian.
I don't remember,
said Brian. Well, you should listen more carefully. You probably had your head in that internet again. It's not real life, you know.
Do you want to remind him then?
Said Camo. No, you have the stage, my friend. Feel free to go ahead. Maybe you can get through to him where I couldn't.
Well,
said Camo,
the idea is that you only carry 3 things. A base layer, like a rash guard or t-shirt, a fleece layer if it gets colder, and then finally a cagoule type outer layer to put on for rain and or for strong windy conditions. You take the layers on and off depending on the conditions. Saves carrying 3 different coats. That's your layers.
That's genius,
said Brian.
That's genius,
said Brian.
That's genius,
said Brian. Bartholomew rolled his eyes. Now he gets it. Come on. Put those away and let's get going. Now he gets it. Come on. Put those away and let's get going. Brian was looking at the 3 coats, still wondering which to choose. Pick the goose feather! Pick the goose feather! Said Bartholomew.
Good call,
said Brian. Pick the goose feather! Said Bartholomew, exasperated.
Good call,
said Brian.
Bye then, lads,
said Brian. Oh, it's a good job I can laugh at my own jokes. Oh, Lord. I am ruining my voice. Pick the goose feather, said Bartholomew.
Good call,
said Brian.
Bye then, lads,
said Brian.
Thanks for the layers thing. I'll wait for your visit at the website.
I'm not going to be able to do Brian all the way through.
Bye then, lads,
said Brian.
Thanks for the layers thing. I'll wait for your visit at the website. It has a visitor's views counter. I installed that.
Excellent. How many views have you had so far? Said JT.
27. Because I keep checking to see, but it's only just gone up, so...
Yes, of course,
said Camo. The two of them set off down the hill, and you could just hear Bartholomew saying to Brian, I did tell you about layers. When they were disappearing out of sight, the song started up again.
People often ask us, where do you come from? So we tell them, Yorkshire, Yorkshire, Yorkshire. Nice lads, I'll check their website out,
said Camo, pressing his watch timer to start.
Let's go, we're well off schedule now. Nice lads, I'll check their website out,
said Camo, pressing his watch timer to start.
Let's go, we're well off schedule now.
Oof.